All right, red alert. We have insane breaking news. You have the Conservatives in a committee hearing with the RCMP, questioning the RCMP on why the RCMP shut down an investigation into Trudeau with SNC Lavalin. And you know what happens? The whole thing gets thrown out and it ends right there. Welcome back to another video, everybody. You're about to witness corruption at the highest level. I know it's super dry material. I know that this is really boring and you see back and forth questions, no answers, yada, yada. I understand that 100%. I'm with you. But, and it's a big but, all right? And I cannot lie. You have to watch the full thing. You have to stick with me, and we're going to watch this together. I'm going to screen share because it's so crucial that not only you watch this, but you send it to your friends, you post it to Facebook groups. You got to get this message out. This is what Canadian democracy looks like. This is what happens when you have a bunch of corrupt politicians running this show. But before we get into it, I want to encourage you to give a like, check to see if you're subscribed. Might as well hit that subscribe button. It's green, it's environmentally friendly, it helps fight I got to be careful how many times I say that. You're going to start to see the banner underneath about climate change. Climate change, climate change, climate change. It's like Beetlejuice from out here. And without further ado, let's just get into this video. So you even have a lawyer on X saying, wow, thank you, Conservative MP, for showing Canadians what is really going on in the House to the people. As Larry Brock said, shame. Shame on the Liberal Party and shame on the RCMP police. Canada deserves better. We're going to take a look at Michael Barrett, and he's in a committee hearing meeting with the RCMP, and it just gets shut down. I know it's lengthy. I know it's dry, but just like crack a beer, have a coffee, do whatever you got to do, have it playing in the background because this is so friggin' important.
Were you asking this on a point of order, Madame Fortier? You were just making a...
Well, Chair, that's not how these meetings are conducted. Yeah. You read your remarks. She interrupted you.
It's not. The witnesses were to give. I want to hear what he has to say.
The witnesses were to give testimony. And now we have government members looking to shut down a hearing on a very serious matter with respect to a criminal investigation into the Prime Minister, and we have the Commissioner of the Royal Canadian Mounted Police at the table. This is unacceptable.
Friday afternoon, I think it was about 5 to 5, around the meeting that we had discussed, of course, on Wednesday that we would continue our study on TikTok. Usually, a message is sent out 48 hours ahead for any change to schedule, any invitations. I think this was terribly last minute, the fact that you were already discussing the appearance of the RCMP at that time, and perhaps the clerk would be able to confirm that is the case. They were invited Wednesday morning, it seems, to appear before us today. This had not been discussed whatsoever by the committee. I think the committee should at least have had the opportunity to debate a motion presented in due form. I don't think this is necessarily the best way to go forward, having committees unable to make their decisions. So based on this reasoning, I would like to adjourn the meeting.
Okay. Just hang on a sec, Madame Fortier.
What?
I move to adjourn the meeting.
So you're officially moving to adjourn the meeting today?
Yes, I move to adjourn the meeting.
Well, point of order, Chair.
Well, it's a non-debatable motion, Mr. Barrett, unfortunately. Were you asking this on a point of order, Madame Fortier? You were just making a...
Well, Chair, that's not how these meetings are conducted. Yeah. You read your remarks. She interrupted you.
It's not.
The witnesses were to give.
I want to hear what he has to say.
The witnesses were to give testimony. And now we have government members looking to shut down a hearing on a very serious matter with respect to a criminal investigation into the Prime Minister, and we have the Commissioner of the Royal Canadian Mounted Police at the table. This is unacceptable. This is unacceptable.
I'm going to ask you for a second, please, to just refrain. So, Madame Fortier had the floor. She moved the motion. The motion is not debatable. So we're going to have to go to the vote. And I assume that there's no I assume that there's no agreement on this?
Certainly, there's no agreement to shut down a meeting when we have the commissioner of
Chair,
the
sorry, Chair, that's very,
Yeah.
Chair.
Okay. We're dealing with this right now. So I've made my ruling. We are going to go to the vote because it's a non-debatable motion. Go ahead, Madam Clerk.
So, Madame Fortier a proposé que la réunion soit ajournée.
Madame Fortier has moved that the motion be adjourned.
Yes.
Ms. Damoff,
Yes?
Mr. Kellaway,
Yes.
Madame Fortier,
Oui.
Ms. Khalid,
Yes.
Mr. Barrett,
No.
Monsieur Gourde,
No.
Mr. Kirk,
No.
Monsieur Villemur, Mr. Desjardins.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeas 7, nays 3.
Okay, thank you. The vote has passed. With apologies to the Commissioner and the Staff Sergeant, this meeting is adjourned.
And so, as you can see, everyone is standing up and they're about to walk away. And while everyone is walking away, Conservative MP Michael Barrett has this to say. He whipped out his phone and he started recording.
So we're here in the Standing Committee on Access to Information, Privacy and Ethics. We literally have the Commissioner for the RCMP in the room. We have a staff sergeant from the RCMP in the room, and we have these liberals right there. The Liberal Vice Chair, Mona Fortier, just moved to adjourn the committee. These liberals voted to shut it down. Mike Callaway, Parn Baines, hand him off, Iker Khalid, Mona Fortier. That's absolutely unacceptable. Look at them. They're very proud to cover up the corruption of Prime Minister Justin Trudeau. And so when we have the Commissioner of the RCMP here to answer questions, and we have the cover-up coalition do what they do, and they adjourn the meeting before the Commissioner even read his statement. And so I can tell you that we came here to work, meeting notice was given, and they are walking out of the room. They're running with their tail between their legs because they're trying to protect a prime minister who refused to release information that the RCMP had requested, hiding behind cabinet confidence. Now, the purpose of cabinet confidence, of course, is so that ministers are free to discuss decisions and the details of the discussions aren't released to the media. But what they've used the cabinet confidence provisions for in this case is to conceal information from the RCMP to prevent them from being able to fully investigate the obstruction of justice charges that they were looking at the time. And so it's shocking to find ourselves in a room where in just moments ago these liberals shut down the hearing. And so we had the Commissioner of the RCMP. He was right there just a moment ago. And that's what transparency and accountability looks like after 8 years of Justin Trudeau. I can tell you, for our democratic institutions, this Prime Minister is just not worth the cost, and we're going to have more to say about this.
Not worth the cost. Absolutely. This is insane. This is an ethics committee hearing, and they really showed that they are unethical and willing to do whatever it is that they want in order to win, in order to keep secrets, I suppose. I shouldn't even say to win, because we already know the polls are updated and it's 99% likely the Conservatives are going to win. So they're trying to make sure that things remain behind cabinet confidence. And they're probably going to seal these documents the closer we get to an election, because the Conservatives or the Liberals know that when the Conservatives are inevitably in power with a majority, they will have access to this and they will broadcast it to everybody, because a government works for the people. The people are not supposed to be working for the government. I know it sounds bizarre because you have government jobs, but the government politicians are supposed to be working for the people. They're called public servants for a reason. They're supposed to serve the public. And that's not at all what's happening. You have zero transparency, zero trust. There is nobody in their right mind. I don't care what shade of purple your hair is. I don't care how many times you've dyed your hair and have a hoop nose earring, and how many times you've screamed at the top of your lungs out in public and asked to see the manager. It doesn't matter how many times this has happened, because at the end of the day, when you look at the facts are Liberals and NDP are in a coalition, and they're trying to hide information to protect themselves. Who in their right mind would vote for anybody who's trying to hide very pertinent information to real things that have happened? Justin Trudeau has way too much power and has manipulated the entire democratic process to his benefit to ensure that his dirty little secrets stay hidden behind cabinet confidence and behind sealed documents. This is so shameful to our democracy here in Canada. I know that we are quite privileged in the sense of we're not like other countries that are being bombed right now. We have what would be considered a golden ticket in terms of where we've spawned in life. The Western countries are pretty good, all things considered, when you stack them up in terms of buildings, infrastructure, right, economy, compared to other countries out there. That doesn't mean that it gives our politicians and the leaders of the free world any right to strip away more freedoms and to have this like overwhelming amount of control over everything. A free society should also be a transparent society, and this is why you're seeing so many companies go under, tits up, because they're not transparent. They've been doing shady things for a very long time, and it gets exposed, right? Like, look at what happened to Bud Light. I mean, they tried to go woke and they went broke. I don't even know if Bud Light is still on the shelves, right? I'm not comparing Canada to Bud Light, but this is what happens when you don't have transparency and when you try to have this very secretive approach to things. And it's not working. Like, I don't know anybody that could sit here and be like, oh, that was a great committee hearing for Justin Trudeau and the Liberal and the NDPs. That's fantastic. I think I'm going to vote for them. It's not a good look across the board. So at this point, they're not even trying to win public opinion. They're not trying to win your votes. They know they're losing. They know that their time is very limited in terms of how long they will actually be in office. So what are they trying to do? What are they trying to hide? Their reputation and making sure that they don't go to jail. That's what they're trying to do. And you're going to see hundreds of thousands of documents are going to get sealed, or I don't know, potentially even destroyed by the people that have secrets to hide, because it seems like the Conservatives have been so vocal, and in an attempt of just the utmost amount of transparency, if they were ever to get their hands on that when they inevitably win the next election, it will be very bad for all these corrupt a-holes who are in power and who are trying to cover this up. I'd love to know what you guys think down below in the comments. How pissed off are you about this? An investigation into the ethics of the RCMP and how they just canceled a previous investigation into Justin Trudeau's corruptness with SNC-Lavalin gets shut down because they're getting too close to the truth. That's where we're going to end today's video. Thank you so much for watching. I'm looking forward to reading the comments on this one. And thank you. Yeah, give a like, subscribe if you haven't yet already, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye for now. Thanks so much for making it to the end of the video. If you want to support the channel financially, you can do so by checking out the merch shop linked right up there. Or if you want to do something for free, which is also absolutely acceptable and highly encouraged, you can subscribe right there. If you want to continue watching videos like this, you can do so by clicking or tapping right there to watch the next upcoming video. And if you want to watch a little bit of different content, but also Canadian stuff, you can do so by clicking right up there. That's my second channel, House of Canada, also known as the House of Commons Highlights. Thank you so much for watching. I look forward to seeing you in the next video.